honorable members of the clan. So let's go back once again to the Gauteng High Court. I promise you, this is the very last time we're going there today. Because after the long adjournment, of course, Gininda continued to lie on the stand, guys. How, guys, the DNA evidence is bothering me. Oh, the DNA, it's bothering me. The Zungu part as well is bothering me. I'm not sure if I should start with these two that are bothering me. Now, let's start with the DNA. There has never been a DNA expert. They came in the main trial, before the trial, within a trial, or with trial within a trial. They came and testified that the cat that was purportedly to be left behind by one of the intruders basically excluded the people that were in the house after testing their own DNA samples. I don't remember that. And I'm seeing your comments. You are like, no, that never happened. That never happened. It's a lie. It's news to me. Some people are saying, and I'm like, I know that I was not dreaming this one, because I don't remember ever hearing evidence about the people that were in the house with Senzomewa, that their blood samples were taken and matched against the hat for DNA. And I'm like, okay, suppose it did happen. Suppose it did happen. All the people that were with Senzomewa, their blood samples were taken and tested against the hat to see whose DNA is going to match. Let's say that did happen. And then they're all cleared, because already we know that none of the 5 people also that are accused of Senzomewa are included. They are also excluded. Now the question goes back to the person that came with Longwe Twala on the 26th of October 2014. Did that person get tested? Because listen, the red Polo AVL, I mean, it screams volumes of what could actually be the real truth here. I'm beginning to think that maybe Longwe Twala may not be the shooter. However, going back to my own scenario, that maybe the 2 brothers were on substance and they knew that somebody with money is at the Kumalos, and they could have, I'm not saying it happened, I'm just rubbing my 2 IQs here together. They drove to go rob the occupants of the house at the time, particularly looking for an expensive cell phone, because Senzomewa is a soccer star. Obviously, he's getting paid lots of money. Well, I don't know if he was. And and they could get some money out of that and then go buy their substances. I'm not saying that is what happened. I'm just putting together a scenario that there is a possibility that Longwe may not even know how to drive. And in order for him to get to Fosloras, he probably was driven by somebody else. And now we already know that the Polo, it is driven, or it's not driven, it is owned by a Silo Twala. And we know now that in the Twala family, there are 2 Silos. There's Senior and then there's Junior. And of course, Senior will not be running around with a Polo to Fosloras to hang out with young people and their mother, unless I am missing something. Or apparently, I'm not sure how true this is, Chico Twala was Kelly Kumalo's producer around that time. Maybe, I'm not saying it's possible. Well, I'm saying it's possible, but I'm not saying it's him. Maybe he did drive to the Kumalo house to speak to Kelly about one thing or another. And maybe there was a scuffle between Chico Twala and Kelly Kumalo. And then guess who stood up in defense of his girlfriend, Senzo, subsequently getting shot. This is just me rubbing my 2 IQs together. I'm not saying that what happened. I'm just saying here, and it's just a scenario for those of you at the back. It's just a scenario. And then let's say that scenario is true, and then we're looking at what is happening right now. I mean, this guy is powerful enough to scare off the little fish, Omtogo or Tumelo, including everybody else. that you dare speak. Do you see what I did to Sansa? I could do it to you too. Now let's devise a story about intruders entering the house. But then again, let's look at the witnesses, the eyewitnesses on the outside of the family, which is the second thing. Actually, three things that are bothering me. The second thing is the same eyewitnesses do not see any intruders entering the house, including Tapseng, who is standing across the Kumalo house. She does not see people enter the house, but they see people running out of the house after the gunshots. Were ghosts that entered and then they morphed into human beings and ran out down the road into the park. I'm bothered by that. I'm seriously bothered by that. And then my third one is Zungu. Zungu said that he, on the 26th of October 2014, he got a call from his cousin Kwabini, but he was going to work. After work, he will drive to Foslaras Basutu Hotel and then hang out with his cousin. We know, according to his testimony on the stand in this very court, in the North Gauteng High Court, he went from work, went to meet one of their cousins, was coming from Northwest. They bought some food in Carlton Center. Then they ate. Then they drove to Foslaras. When they got to Foslaras, around Sekhwalele, meaning like the dawn, is it no, not dawn, dusk? When the dusk came, he saw the accused entering Gwabini's room, lights went off, and then he saw exchange of guns. Now, where does the father come in? That who now is saying, according to Gininda, he got a phone call from the National Commissioner telling him there's somebody that wants or knows what happened to Senzo Meiwa. And his father is the person that has that information. And then Gininda drives to the National Commissioner's office, meets with Zungu, and then Zungu gives some kind of a statement that it's my father who knows these people, but because he's scared of reprisals, simply because some of these people are related to him and they are quite deadly. So he's afraid to give a statement. And he, as a police officer, he cannot come with hearsay information, as he's a police officer and he knows that is not going to fly in court. And then he's given an assignment to go and convince his father to give a statement by Gininda. Now, what am I missing here? This is new evidence. This is new evidence, just like new evidences that are coming through as well. The story about Kelly Kumalo being the hit, the person that commissioned the hit on Sanzo. Did you see how it also changed as well? What's going on? Oh, I'll tell you what's going on. Lies. You know what they say about lies? You forget what lie you told the last time. And then these little snippets of things that Gininda keeps remembering, which I don't think he's the one who's remembering. It is Advocate Balo is like, hey, when you forgot to mention this, and this, when you go back, you're going to pretend as though you just remembered while you were busy chewing your lunch. Kukurization has never stopped in this case, and I don't think it's going to stop. We are yet to hear more new information on this case. You watch and see. The father, Absalom, no. Zungu told a story. We all heard it. He was with the 5 accused. He never mentioned anything about his father being the person that knew who the people were. But besides that, on its own, that's hearsay. That is not evidence. That is hearsay. The father telling Zungu telling the, Gininda, okay, fine. I don't know what statement that is that we are going to now see. Is Absalom even still alive? People are just going mysteriously out of this earth. We must not also forget that. Is Absalom still alive? There's a lot going on in this case, and I'm not quite sure how exactly to I don't know. I have no idea, guys. Honestly, I have no idea. And I don't know if you also noticed Judge Rada. Judge Rada is lit. That man, you could have sworn he is in a candy store as a 5-year-old. He is scribbling away. I get it that he needs to scribble away for his own notes. But the way he's doing it, he's doing it with pleasure. Oh, let's not forget the drama that took place before the end of court today. Yeah, guys, this is what we are faced with. This is what we are faced with. Lies upon lies, and we're still gonna hear more lies. I am telling you, more lies. But other than that, this is the thing that I just wanted to throw in that are bothering me. Zungu story, as well as the DNA, and the third one that I also mentioned, that I just saw in my head, and I'm like, how did this change? When did this change? Everything now we are also hearing, they sound very new from the last time we heard them in a trial within a trial when Kininda was on the stand. And that it was Muzisibia who said that it was Kelly Kumalo who commissioned them to commit the crime. He was there, but he did not take the shot. And then we must also forget that Longwe Twala stood up, pushed the one with the gun, and then left, leaving all the people that were stationed outside to make sure nobody goes in and nobody goes out while the commissioning of this crime was happening. But no, Longwe just moved out nicely into the red polo. And we heard what the movement of that red polo was. And I'm still not convinced that Kelly Kumalo's cell phone was taken by an intruder. I don't believe that. Possibly the tower of Mluleki also does stretch all the way to Clinique. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced at all because the Vodacom phone records of all the 5 accused did not place them anywhere near the Kumalo house. Anywhere near. So now, these ghosts, when are we going to actually catch them? Because it's not the 5 people. The DNA also absorbed them. I don't know, guys. There's a lot. Guningi, as my colleague here on YouTube would say before a stand come and say, why are you copying Mzansi Anfield? She's my friend. We talk. The one time I used the word, I digress. And I was not even thinking about how she does it. It's because I did digress. And then this individual, I think they never heard the word before. I don't even think they know what it means. And it's like, why don't you come up with your own punchline? Why are you copying Mzansi Unfiltered? I didn't even respond. I was like, gosh, like really, honestly. And then he goes on to say, I must take a stand. I must stand for something. What is this channel about again? I'm just farting around. Hi, people. I get that we are super fans of some of my colleagues, whom, by the way, are my friends. Yeah, we talk. And we laugh about these things as well in the background. I'm now revealing our secrets. But anyways, guys, that's the thing that I wanted to cough up out of my chest. But I'm coming with what transpired after long adjournment. See you later. Bye.